News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, 727-9900 today. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
VEA responds to downed power lines across the highway, and more information is released regarding a structure fire. News 25 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Power is knocked out to an area shopping center. It's Friday, May 22nd. I'm Michael Donohue. Deanna O'Donnell is off tonight. Bystanders say that the crash today on the highway was not only loud but very frightening when a trash truck hit guide wires next to the roadway, causing a chain reaction.
So early this afternoon, we were dispatched to report of wires down in front of the Dollar Tree on Highway 372. As crews arrived on location, they found a line draping across the road surface. They also found two compromised utility poles, one on the north side of the highway and one on the south. Apparently, a commercial truck had pulled the guide wire from one side on the south, pulled both poles in a certain direction. One snapped in half and the other one snapped but remained intact. The wires are deemed hot. They are now controlled, so there's no further danger, but in those initial stages, scene safety was paramount. Pedestrian management was essential, so between the Sheriff's Office and the Fire Department, we managed that without incident. The medium that's used in most transformers these days are non-hazardous. They're either kind of like a mineral/diesel oil, and that is just for temperature retention. And so no hazard to the community as a result of the material spilling from that. The only loss of power appears to be held to this complex, which is on the north side of the roadway.
A Pahrump man critically injured in a crash May 2nd continues to recover in a Las Vegas hospital, and his family has set up a GoFundMe page to help cover medical expenses. Nevada Governor Steve Sisolak announced he will hold a press conference on Tuesday, May 26th, to discuss the next phase in Nevada's reopening plan as outlined in Nevada United Roadmap to Recovery.
Serious condition at University Medical Center. He suffered life-threatening injuries when his UTV crashed into another vehicle May 2nd at Mans and Oak Ridge. Winstrom was ejected from the vehicle. His 5-year-old son and family dog were also hurt. Winstrom's family says his recovery will likely be long and difficult. His wife says he's wiggling his toes and opening his eyes, but he's still not awake and alert. Winstrom is on a feeding tube and his mouth has been wired shut. His wife does say the swelling in his head has gone down. Winstrom's family is trying to raise $10,000 through GoFundMe to help pay for his significant medical expenses. If you'd like to help, head to GoFundMe.com and search for Winstrom Pahrump. That's Winstrom. At last check, Winstrom's GoFundMe campaign had raised about $800.
Best Buy hangs on to most of its business despite the COVID-19 shutdown. Macy's lost about $1 billion in the first quarter, and TJ Maxx is seeing a dramatic spike in sales as stores reopen. Angela Miles has all the details.
Best Buy managed to hang on to 81% of its sales despite the pandemic. Americans shop Best Buy to stock up on computers, to work from home, along with buying other electronic products. Last month, Best Buy furloughed 51,000 employees. At the beginning of May, the retailer began opening some stores and selling items by appointment only, along with curbside pickup. Most of Macy's locations will be open by the end of June. The retailer likely lost $1 billion in the first quarter as 775 stores closed on March 18th. Macy's started reopening locations May 4th, state by state, based on coronavirus lockdown rules. TJ Maxx fans went crazy when stores started reopening. The discount chain lost $887 million during the first 3 months of the year, but once stores unlocked doors, sales jumped higher than compared to the same time last year.
And stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
News 25 is brought to you by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing.
A man acquitted of the 2013 shooting death of an Amargosa Valley man is under arrest again, this time in connection with an alleged arson in Pahrump.
Avery Church has been booked into the Nye County Detention Center on a charge of first-degree arson and torturing or injuring an animal. His arrest stems from a fire Monday night at a home on Mance Road. The Nye County Sheriff's Office says Church was lying on the ground outside the home when deputies arrived. Officers say Church appeared to be asking for help and was making random statements. They also observed an unknown weapon in his waistband. A deputy was able to take the firearm from Church and secure it as they assessed the scene. Church was detained and checked out by medics. According to the arrest report, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue personnel extinguished the fire while deputies determined no one else was inside the home. Deputies did, however, find the bodies of a dog and a cat inside a closet. Deputies say Fire Chief Scott Lewis observed a large amount of gasoline that had been poured throughout the back portion of the home. Officers report seeing a metal red gas can with no lid laying on its side inside the home, and the arrest report indicates firefighters found a gas can lid outside. Detectives are trying to determine if either of the animals were shot. They say the weapon they retrieved from Church had 3 spent rounds in it. The sheriff's office says Church was unable to comprehend his Miranda rights. Officers say Church told them there were people on the roof and say most of his statements didn't make any sense. The arresting officers also note a strong odor of gasoline coming from Church. In 2014, Church was tried for the 2013 murder of John Sprague in Amargosa Valley. Church claimed he shot and killed Sprague in self-defense. A jury cleared him of all charges.
And the NCSO says they have located a person who was reportedly missing.
46-year-old Deborah Skiles has been found safe and sound. Skiles was reported missing Thursday after being last seen in the 300 block of Hilton Head Street in the Desert Greens community. Nye County detectives and search and rescue searched for the woman Thursday and had asked for the public's help in finding her. The sheriff's office announced on Facebook Friday afternoon that Skiles had been found and was safe.
And the governor, Steve Sisolak, says that he will speak about the plans for Phase 2 of the reopening of the state on Tuesday, May 26, during a press conference. The Gaming Control Board meets on Tuesday as well to talk about their plans, and depending on the data collected, the governor says that he has set a target date on June 4th for reopening Nevada's gaming industry. The Friday before Memorial Day weekend is known as Don't Friday. It's a reminder to use sun protection when outdoors, and when it comes to sunscreen, it's best to skip any DIY formulas. According to a recent study, Cleveland Clinic's Melissa Piliong says homemade sunscreens may be a recipe for sunburn.
And what they found was that most of the recipes contained things like coconut oil, essential oils, things that really have no sun protective value. And oils actually, when you put them on the skin, can let the sun penetrate deeper and give you more sun exposure.
The study looks at nearly 200 homemade sunscreen recipes shared on social media. Researchers found 95% of the social media posts made claims about effectiveness of the sunscreens, and 68% recommended recipes with insufficient UV protection. Dr. Piliong says when it comes to choosing a sunscreen, you have to know if the product is actually protecting your skin from the sun. She says it only takes 1 blistering sunburn to increase your risk for skin cancer, and more than 5 blistering sunburns before the age of 20 increases the risk of melanoma, the deadliest form of skin cancer, by 80%. Dr. Piliong says there are 2 sunscreen ingredients that are considered both safe and effective: zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. But if you're worried about applying and reapplying a lot of sunscreen to your body, there are other ways to protect yourself.
The other alternative, especially for people who are really worried about putting chemicals on their skin, is to use sun protective clothing. So those are great. You put it on in the morning, you don't have to think about it again during the day. You should still apply sunscreen to exposed skin like your hands, your face, maybe the back of your neck.
Dr. Piliong says it's important to remember that we get sun exposure doing everyday things like walking our dogs and going to and from our cars, so protection is needed all the time, especially on the face and hands. Complete results of the study can be found in the journal Health Communication.
And stay with us. We'll be right back after this break.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
Today, Governor Steve Sisolak declared a state of emergency for US 95, US Route 6, and Route 360 due to the damage caused by the largest earthquake the state has experienced in the last 6 decades. The May 15th 6.5 magnitude earthquake generated vast disruptions and extensive damage to transportation routes in Esmeralda, Mineral, and Nye counties. Emergency repairs were performed to open the roadways, but further damage inspection of the highways determined that the extent of the destruction was beyond normal repair. As the damage caused is expected to exceed $700,000, a state of declaration of emergency was required to access Federal Highway Administration emergency response funding. And Lake Mead Mojave Adventure Guest Services Incorporated announces the reopening of additional services, amenities, lodging, small boat, and houseboat rentals now available just in time for Memorial Day weekend. And it's Memorial Day weekend. KPVM-TV and our crew will be joining our nation in honoring our heroes who have given the ultimate sacrifice. This year, the annual Memorial Day service will be held a little differently than previous years.
The annual Memorial Day service held at the Chief Decopa Cemetery by the Disabled American Veterans has now been changed to a virtual ceremony. We have produced the event to be viewed on our TV station as well as social media platforms. The event will be shown on Monday, May 25th at noon here on Channel 25, as well as local Pahrumph's Facebook page and YouTube. The Disabled American Veterans will also stream it on their Facebook page as well. Here at KPVM-TV, our regular news will be replaced by this Memorial Day event. The annual event at GG Suites Veterans Memorial Park here in Pahrump on Gamebird and Money Street will no longer host formal Memorial Day services. This is an annual tradition that began in 2000. According to the press release, for those family and friends who wish to pay homage to the veterans whose ashes are celebrated in the burial tube by the monuments, may do so any day during daylight hours on an informal basis. GG Suites Veterans Memorial Park is now entrusted to Captain Sweet's grandson. All of us here at KPVM-TV and Ace Country Radio want to wish our veterans a very special Memorial Day and thank you for your service.
And now we throw it to Darby O'Donnell with today's Save a Pet.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Gracie. Gracie is a 1-year-old female. She is white and gray. She was an owner surrender. She did have some babies, but she's all spayed and ready to go for her forever home. She has beautiful green eyes, and she's known for the shelter for being a love bug. If you would like to see her or any of her friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, you can give them a call at 775-751-7020. You can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. If you're wanting to come and see the animals, please call and make an appointment ahead of time. 775-751-7020. Okay, Gracie says bye. She's going to get put down now.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
And now let's take a look outside on our Lerner and Rowe weather cam. Looks like we got a lot of clouds stacking up in the sky. I also heard it's pretty windy. So we're going to get your weather with you when we come back after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Welcome back. And now looking on our weather in Las Vegas, we had a high of 91 degrees, a low of 66. Death Valley in those triple digits with a high of 102, a low of 68. 90, a low of 54 in Amargosa. 85, 52 in Beatty. 75, 36 in Goldfield. 69, a low of 33 in Tonopah. 61, 34 in Carson City. 64, a low of 33 in Fallon. And 60, a low of 35 in Fernley. Now today in Pahrump, we saw partly cloudy skies. Our high today was 88 degrees. Winds coming out of the south-southwest up to 25 miles per hour, 12% humidity, and our sunrise at 5:32 this morning. Now tonight we're going to see some clear skies. Our low is going to be 58 degrees. It is 86 outside currently with 22-mile-per-hour winds out of the north-northeast. Humidity at 26% and our sunset at 7:49 tonight. Now looking into that 7-day, we're expecting some nice sunny skies through our weekend through next Wednesday with a couple clouds rolling in next Thursday and Friday. Now we also are going to be dealing with those high winds up to 19 miles per hour on Saturday, down to 14 miles per hour on Sunday, then once again 15-mile-per-hour winds next Friday. Now, our temperature-wise, it's starting to get a little bit hotter outside. Saturday and Sunday are going to be seeing our temperatures in those 80 degrees, up into those 90s on Monday and Tuesday. Then by next Wednesday, we're going to be entering those triple digits with a high of 103, then 105 by next Thursday and Friday. Now, our overnights are also starting to get a little bit warmer. On Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be seeing those lows in those 50 degrees, up to a low of 65 on Monday, then into about those mid to low 70s by next Tuesday through Friday. Now remember that there is a free food and clothing giveaway happening down at the Bearded Lady this Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon, so make sure to swing by and check that out. Also, for our Pahrump Valley seniors, make sure to stop by KPVM-TV, 890 South Higley, anytime from Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. to come pick up your graduation sign. Now, we will be closed Monday for Memorial Day, so just remember that. And now with that, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. We'll see you back here next Tuesday.